Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tori Brame and this is Holy City Mystic. Today I want to talk about something that I learned a couple years ago and I just think it's so interesting and it's probably one of the most useful psychological hacks that I have when it comes to your sign. So first, a little bit of background. The zodiac is a circle. It's not a square or a line or anything like that. It's a circle. And part of that is because everything is connected in one way or another. It's either opposing something else, touching something else, or, squaring off, trining, anything like that. One of the amazing things about the zodiac is that you can use things that you're touching in one way or another to help whatever part of you is in trouble. Now that sounds super vague and kind of weird, so let me break it down for you. Each sign has a positive and negative to it. It's like they have this strength, and then when this strength gets out of control, it can turn into something negative. So for instance, Aries, first sign of the zodiac, all about the self and the body. Aries is known for confidence and getting things done and just being the go-getter, doing things quickly. The downside of this is that they can be full of themselves. They can lack empathy. They can do things too quickly and be impulsive. They can be selfish. So one thing that you can actually do is to look at the sign that is opposite from your own. So with the Aries example, it would be Libra. Libra is all about the other person. It's the sign of a relationship. It's scales. It's putting the other person's needs before yours. It's being curious about other people. And so it's like when you feel yourself, or when somebody tells you that your Aries is getting out of control, where you are becoming just too self-sufficient. You can look across the aisle to Libra and you can see all their benefits, and you can reach into that and take on some of those qualities for yourself, and it will help you bring down whatever strength is actually getting out of hand and hurting you in the moment. So just because we don't always know the whole zodiac like the back of our hand, let me just go through everybody and give you just a quick sneak peek of your sign and what's opposite from you. Another thing you can do is just look at the zodiac, look at what's opposite from you, and then just Google those traits and see what's going on. But I'll give you a quick rundown real fast. So I already did Aries, but let me do Libra real fast. So a downside of Libra could be putting everybody else's needs before yours and not really taking care of yourself. Another thing could be like becoming obsessed with the other person and really forgetting where you stand on an issue because you're so worried about everybody else being okay and being in balance. So for this, you can look across the aisle to Aries and see those people just not really giving a shit what other people think or what other people want them to do and just doing their own thing. Focusing on the body, focusing on what they want. Aries is ruled by Mars, so taking on some of that Mars energy with all that confidence and drive and just really focusing on what it is that you want. Next would be Taurus and Scorpio. Taurus is all about beauty and taking things slow and sensuality, like actually things that are of the senses. So things that taste good and smell good and feel good, like expensive fabrics and things like that. All those things getting out of hand. I think it's Christopher Renstrom who says that a Taurus moon can default into fat cat syndrome, where it's like all they want to do is just enjoy themselves and not really do any of the work. So opposite from Taurus is Scorpio, and Scorpio is all about going deep, like looking at the underlying meaning behind things, like really investigating, looking at the underbelly of everything. So when you get into that like almost lazy streak, like I just want to enjoy things around me, you can look at things in more of a philosophical light rather than a physical light. Likewise with Scorpio, if you're getting too caught up in your head, like too just stuck, worrying about like, again, the philosophy of everything, and like what's the deeper meaning and like all those things. Oftentimes Scorpios struggle with depression just because they're too smart for their own good. They know what's going on and they can only see things on a deeper level and not just on a surface level. So you can reach back into Taurus and take on some of that, just focusing on your senses, focusing on foods that taste good, on being calm, feeling good, whatever that is, and then just get out of your head a little bit. The next one is Gemini and Sagittarius. So Gemini is a wonderful sign. gets a lot of hate, but the reason is because they are so intelligent. There are so many things going on in their mind, and they see things from multiple points of view. It can almost get in their way where they get too curious and tripped up and scattered and everything. And so what they can do is reach into Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is the teacher, the adventurer. So you can like take all that information that is kind of confusing and, you know, just really tripping you up, and you can turn it into a teaching, like organize it for somebody else, and also put all those ideas into action, like focus on one of them and put it into action. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, so it's all about expansion and creating something new. Likewise, if you are a Sagittarius, that can get out of hand where it's almost you're too self-reliant, like there's too many things that you want to do and you're just very focused on getting things done and that expansion and always having something new. And so you go back to that networking that Gemini is so good at, and really relying on your friends and creating that community for yourself. The next one is Cancer versus Capricorn. So Cancer is the sign of the mother, and it is an absolutely beautiful sign that focuses on nurturing and being inclusive, bringing everyone into your circle, making sure everyone is feeling at home. Since it is such a watery sign and it is ruled by the moon, which is all about our internal world and emotions, they can become emotionally overwhelmed, clingy, kind of moody. So they can reach into Capricorn, which is all about career and building and just like a really strong, methodical approach to life. And they can take all their emotions and really put them to work, like actually do something with them, like just take an action. It doesn't matter what it is, just take an action and stop feeling everything so hard. Similarly, since Capricorn is all about doing and building and staying organized and everything like that, they can reach back into Cancer and make sure that they have a community while they're doing it. Make sure they have love in their life and nurturing in their life, whether it comes from themselves or an outside source, making sure that that is also a priority for them. The next one is Leo versus Aquarius. I love this one because it's almost like the self versus the world at large. Leo is very confident. A lot of times is synonymous with the fifth house, so it's all about having fun and children and love and romance and just being the center of attention and everything being bright and sunny. It is ruled by the sun, so it's all about the self and the ego and the personality and everything like that. One thing I absolutely love about Leos is that they love the self so much that yes, they love themselves, but they also love yourself so much. So if you ever brag to a Leo, they will be so excited for you. Like they'll be more excited for you than any other sign. And they will also brag back and expect you to be excited for them because they know how it feels. They know how it feels to be so excited about something that you've done. Of course, this can get out of hand. It can turn into being very egoistic and being attention-seeking and prideful. But then all you have to do is you have to turn all those gifts into the other person, which is Aquarius. So you have to look at the world at large and be like, all these gifts that I possess that I'm so proud of and so excited about, how can I serve my community with them? How can I serve the world at large? How can these things be used for other people's benefits, just like I am personally benefiting from them? So Aquarius is ruled by Saturn. So oftentimes there's a lot of jokes about Aquarius being heartless and cold and aloof and things like that. And so if you find yourself pulling away and getting too up in your head and everything like that, take on some of that warmth from Leo, where it's like you are the sun, you are excited, and you are able to be seen for who you are. And all this service of community, all this worrying about how society is going to fix itself or if it even can be fixed or whatever, just reach back into Leo and take on some of those benefits of being excited about who you are and how your gifts can actually serve the community and not just how you can fix the community and still be behind the scenes. The last two are Virgo versus Pisces. So Virgo is all about work and diligence and process instead of end focused. So they can turn into kind of workaholics and more of a depression thing because they keep their heads down so often and they don't look up and see what's around them. So Pisces is also ruled by Jupiter and also Neptune as a co-ruler. And Neptune is all about being creative and excited and the illusion of the world and everything like that. And so moving from that earth energy of Virgo into a more water energy, a more visionary energy, expansive energy of Pisces, you can really see the world from a different angle. You can look up from your work, you can look up from the process and see the end goal, see the vision, see what you really want to be doing. Now, since Pisces is so watery, they can tend to be non-present. They don't really even notice the day-to-day things and what they're doing with their hands. They can be absent-minded. They can just kind of be all in their brain and in their emotions and everything like that. And so if they reach back into that Virgo energy of being very solid and doing things just for the sake of doing them and being very methodical in their approach to things, it can help them become more grounded. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Please like and subscribe. I really hope this helps you whenever you feel your own energy kind of getting out of control. You can look at the sign across from you and see how it can help you. If you guys have any other tips like this, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about them, and I hope you guys take care.